You bring someone in to take the stick to Māori TV.
Joanne Hayes.
Mr Speaker, I'm pleased to be the final speaker in this debate. But before I get onto it, I just want to say I'm not going to talk about Māori television, and when we start talking about merging of colours, let's talk about the Dunedin South election in 2011, when National turned Dunedin South from red to a beautiful blue shade of purple. So I won't be talking about that. I'm going to be talking about the conference that I attended on the weekend at Kaikoura, our Blue Greens conference hosted by our member Colin King. And I thoroughly enjoyed it. I enjoyed listening to the announcement of the Kaikoura Marine Reserve, Mr Speaker. A marine reserve that covers more than 10,000 hectares around the Kaikoura Canyon and protects the area from fishing, mining and harvesting of any kind. A bill, Mr Speaker, that introduces a whale sanctuary over 4 million hectares and will protect whales and their habitats from disturbances, including the type of seismic surveying used for petroleum exploration. A seal sanctuary at Oho Point, as well as, and I will reiterate, 5 customary fishery areas, and amends the recreational fishing regulations that allows the public to fish and dive in specific areas. We haven't forgotten our recreational fishers and divers, and we haven't forgotten our public, because we're giving them the access to the beaches and rivers as part of this bill. We're maintaining that. Mr Speaker, the Kaikoura Marine Reserve is only one of many of our environmental policy outcomes that this government has successfully been responsible for. A government who 5 years ago set out clear environmental priorities to improve the Resource Management Act, improve freshwater management, better protection for flora and fauna, better ocean management and meeting our climate change commitments. And they are only but some of our principles, Mr Speaker. I take note that the previous Labor government was responsible for drilling 34 wells without regulation. When that was announced at the conference, everybody cringed. They cringed. This 34, disgusting. Mr Speaker, this government has introduced a regulation, and we've taken responsibility for establishing the Environmental Protection Agency to make sure that we regulate the drilling in our area. Mr Speaker, this government has a sound record of better environmental management. We have successfully economically and environmental policy, which must go hand in hand to provide a cleaner, greener, brighter future for all New Zealanders. And we all know, Mr Speaker, that every country that has a good environmental policy has a strong economy, and it can go down in the record of this House that this government has a strong economic policy and economic outcomes. Kia ora.
Kei te pai. Honourable members, the time for this debate has expired. It is therefore my duty to call on Government Order of the Day number 1.
Families Commission Amendment Bill.